Middle-aged gamers, are you confused about what are the best weapons in Hades 2? Well, today we're going to rank the best weapons. These are the early weapons because I've unlocked 4 out of the 6 weapons available. Maybe there are more. I haven't actually got that yet. So these 2 weapons are here. Let's have a very quick look at what are the weapons. And as you can see, like the Argent Skull is the weapon I've just unlocked, or unlocked the ability to unlock it, if that makes sense. But let's start with the very worst weapon. For me anyway, is the Moonstone Axe, which I literally just played. And let me show you why. So this weapon, right, has a very broad radius, but it is slow. And I mean, overall, it's good. Depends on the kind of style you have. So you would be dashing in, be doing damage like this. But then the ranged attack is just like this. Like it's literally just a few centimeters in front of your face, which is honestly not great. Here's the power attack, is this for mana, which you get pretty good when you're being surrounded by a lot of different enemies, but again, not super great. The power attack of the axe has some range to it, but again, too slow. So while this seems like it does a lot of damage, it does not do enough damage from anyway. My second worst weapon would have to be these, the Umbral Flame. And so these are kind of cool. Like I was like, okay, cool. This shoots ranged, and like I should like this. Again, if you've watched my other video, I loved ranged weapons, but these are kind of slow, and they don't do a lot of damage, like compared to the axe. Of course, it makes sense, because if you have a ranged weapon that does a huge amount of damage, I mean, that sort of helps you a lot in this game, I think. And then this is the power attack for this. It does this one big attack. Again, not a huge amount of damage. And the Y ability is just an AoE attack around you, not super. And then the magic version of that, again, a better ability. This is kind of slightly better, but like I expected a lot of things from this weapon, and I was pretty much disappointed because I struggled to kill enemies and do damage at the same time. And so this is the like shooting flaming sort of wands or something like that. Let's go to this. So again, this is the weapon that you see on the homepage of the game, and you're like, okay, maybe this is something. And I found this a little bit better, right? And you can kind of see like very fast attacks. It looks really cool. So it has an ability to do a lot of damage, and it has a ranged attack, right? That's actually a pretty decent range. So not too bad. I mean, this weapon I had like the second most amount of success that I've had in this game with. The charge attack for your range does multiple, which looks really cool, right? Allowing you to deal with a large number of enemies, decent amount of damage. And then this, the main attack's damage is this. Very cool. Allow you to teleport behind the enemy, a bit of movement as well. Let's recharge our mana. But yeah, it's pretty decent. And I think I've only played with this weapon once or twice, and I didn't. It was still cool, but I think thinking back to my memories of the very first weapon you start with, right? Which is this.
This has great thirst this eve.
And this felt it did a lot more damage. So this has this sort of like a broad area of attack in the direction that you're facing, which I thought was cool. Again, not as fast as the scythe and the sword over here, but still like decent enough, especially once you get some boon upgrades on there. The magical version of this, that is a huge range of attack, pretty decent as well. But my favorite thing about this was the long range of this, right? Because this does a huge amount of long range damage, quite long. And the magical version of this is a ball that does an AoE damage. So very cool. And this is actually my favorite weapon at the moment. And I think, honestly think, and you guys can let me know down in the comments, the best weapon you can get in Hades 2, at least so far. You saw I have the options of the skulls right there, but I need to get the ingredients to unlock that, which I'm not sure where you get them at the moment. But I guess I'll find out in subsequent runs of Hades 2. But for today's run, we are going to use this to go down, and let's see how it goes.